earliest memories of Seattle hip hop, 1996, tribal music, do the math, 14 Fathoms Deep. That was the first time I realized Seattle hip hop had a scene that was like unique into its own. Those CDs meant a lot to me when they dropped. I was still in high school at Garfield. Flavor magazine was a magazine that came out, and I think it had national distribution, and they focused on hip hop, but they always had like some Seattle piece to it, which I thought was really dope. Jasiri Media Group put out this compilation called Word Sound Power, and I think it was 97 or 98. I was living in Las Vegas and I picked it up, and I was amazed because the intro had a prayer in Amharic. Yeah, and Beyond Reality, Kylie is still one of my all-time favorite MCs from the 206, and she was all over that CD, so I still love that album. Word Sound Power, Black Anger, Bedroom Productions out of Tacoma, Washington, were my heroes when I came. They're still my heroes. Every show they did, like, to me, showed like the beauty of a black family on stage, and they were like strong black male role models like Kendu, Saeed, E-Real, you know what I mean? Jason Black, Silent Lambs Project, Comrade will always be one of my all-time favorite Seattle songs. Silver Shadow D is one of like the first tapes that I ever remember seeing when I was really young. Sleepless, The Bricks, like I still remember that. Happy to say all these people are like the homies and family now. Seattle hip hop is so deep. Specs One, you should interview Specs One. Like to me, he's a living, walking, talking documentary all by himself of Seattle hip hop. Like, this dude has been doing it in the town since he was a teenager, 79, 80, 81, 82, like graffiti, MCing, beat making, and is still relevant and is still cutting edge. He's like, to me, Specs One is like, I don't want to compare him to anybody, but he's kind of like our MF Doom, you know what I'm saying? Like, real unique, just doing music that's him, that's dope, you know what I'm saying? Piece of Soul, Laura Peace Kelly and Marisol Maso, always love that duo. Legends is another one of my all-time favorite Seattle hip-hop songs. Now one song, it's like one song that changes like 3 or 4 times, and they got like English, Spanish, and Arabic in that one song. Two Sisters, they're amazing. Yeah, that's like, I love that song. God, what else? These are like my earliest memories of Seattle hip hop. Maroon Colony, which is King's first group. They were a live band. It's like Kings and Easy Please, Ahmed. Yeah, always looked up to them. Khalil's like my best friend now, you know, Abyssinian Creole. But before we even made music together, I was already a fan. A-Sons, Antonio Banderas, you're gonna interview him tomorrow, but that was like the dude for me too. He was like a roaming freestyle samurai ninja to me. Like, he just like this warrior, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could like paint A-Son at like 99. He always wore this Raven hat. Like, we both had him actually, but yeah. Vitamin D, Ghetto Children. I already spoke on Tribal, but Vitamin D to me is like his beats, his sound, his production is like, so much of Seattle hip hop to me is built on his shoulders, on his backbone. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of what we do of my generation is inspired like directly by Vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jake One, big inspiration. Amos Miller, of course, another collaborator, but I was also a fan before I worked with him when he put out his first record, Aimulation, in 2001. Yeah, these are the people in Seattle hip hop I looked up to. Right now in Seattle hip hop, there's our generation. There's like the Ab Creoles, there's the Blue Scholars, there's the Macklemores, you know, there's the Cancer Risings, the Larry Mizell Juniors. Always love, you know. The thing I'm most excited about in Seattle hip hop right now are the people younger than us, though. Canary Sing is one of my favorite groups right now. Rogue P9, El Dia, First Quarter Storm, Jay Pender, GMK, Spaceman, D Black, Fatal, all of Sport and Life, Kung Fu Grip. There's so much to be proud of in Seattle. Dakota, Just Moni. They are former students of mine that to me are going to take it like further than I can even imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, there's so much to be proud of. There's a million names that I'm forgetting right now. Ish, Shabazz Palace is one of my favorites. I'm glad he came back and started representing Seattle. When I was in Washington Middle School, I was a Diggable Planets fan, and I heard Ishmael went to Garfield, so I wanted to go to Garfield. I didn't know much about Ish being from Seattle past that until I think I bumped into him at the block party one year. And I was like, I grew up to your music, man. Here's the CD. I gave him the Sexy Beast album. Then I didn't see him for years. But the night that Bush won the re-election, there was like a Saul Williams show. And Bush won again, and I was pissed. And I was at the back of the show, and I was just like venting my frustrations with this dude. And we just talked for hella long. I was like, who is this guy? I feel like I know him. Just like talking about the state of the world. We leave, and the homie comes up, and he's like, oh my God, that was Ishmael Butler. And I was like, it was? I didn't even realize. So apparently he was around me a lot, and I didn't even know. He was just like this dude. And then Cinco de Mayo of like, I think it was last year, I went to buy Abstract Rude's album that had just dropped with Vitamin D, Rejuvenation. I bought it at the record store, and I'm leaving the record store, and I see Ish again, and this time I recognize him because the home video just dropped. And he's like, hey, he's on the cell phone. He's like, hey, I got something for you. And he gives me these 2 random CDs with patches on it. And I was like, is this you? And he's like, yeah. He didn't really say anything else. And I didn't listen to it for like a month. They were just sitting in my room, I'm a jerk. And then when I finally listened to it, I was with Rawa, and we're in the car, and I was like, yo, Ish gave me these CDs. And we turned it on, like, oh, this shit is weird. And then like the 3rd or 4th song, I was like, this shit is dope. and then I just got like addicted to it. So I don't know. That's my relationship with Shabazz Palace is. But yeah.